18 rings, 6 coins to my name, but with 18 rings then I can change the game. Flip them over, turn them around. Oh shit, look, I turned them into a crown. Make it dance, make it work for you. Coin is for the spending, if you scatter it then you'll reap the profits of the seeds you've sown. What do you know, look, I turned it into a throne. We do what we do to keep the water flowing. The more you give, the more it keeps growing. I don't want your gifts, I don't want your charity. I just want to see some other love and prosperity. The wheel keeps turning, the wheel keeps turning, the wheel keeps turning round. If the water won't flow, then the crops don't grow, so the wheel keeps turning round. The wheel keeps turning, the wheel keeps turning, the wheel keeps turning round. If the water won't flow, then the crops don't grow, so the wheel keeps turning round. I make my living by the sweat of my brow, the strength of my voice and my lyrical know-how. I work hard, I spend freely. I'm not rich, but damn, am I dearly placed to think of virtue and preach it to the masses. The fruits of my labor I use to fill glasses. Life is for the living is the message I'm selling. The scent of success is the aroma you're smelling. The wheel keeps turning, the wheel keeps turning, the wheel keeps turning round. If the water won't flow, then the crops don't grow, so the wheel keeps turning round. The wheel keeps turning, the wheel keeps turning, the wheel keeps turning round. If the water won't flow, then the crops don't grow, so the wheel keeps turning round. Old baskers might sound funny, but the truth is wealth's not just about money. It's the push and the pull and the give and the take. It's the things that we share and the joy that we make. Give me your attention, I'll give you my time. Lend me your ears and I'll fill them with rhymes. I'll give you words to make your soul burn and take your breath away in return. Yeah. The wheel keeps turning, the wheel keeps turning, the wheel keeps turning round. If the water won't flow, then the crops don't grow, so the wheel keeps turning round. The wheel keeps turning, the wheel keeps turning, the wheel keeps turning round. If the water won't flow, then the crops don't grow, so the wheel keeps turning round. 18 rings, 6 coins to my name, but with 18 rings then I can change the game. Flip them over, turn them around. Oh shit, look, I turned them into a crown. Make it dance, make it work for you. Coin is for the spending, if you scatter it then you'll reap the profits of the seeds you've sown. What do you know, look, I turned it into a
yeah, there we go. Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. I'm trying something new because one of our regulars, George, keeps on moaning that the tree's not been in there, because I used to have this as my background and just behind me, so it's all very, very small. So I thought I'd make it the whole background now and just see what goes on and see how that looks and stuff like that. So, but yeah. It's not as fancy as your background.
Oh, well, this is just like when you had to pose in front of a screen in middle school for your photos. That's what this is.
Yeah. Funnily enough, Lily just had I just had an email come through about her saying, school photos, we're going to send something back this week. I was like, ooh, nice. Excellent stuff. So I look forward to that. Yeah. They also sent us an email saying, no one's got COVID. Everyone at school is fine. Like, I'll believe that one. But yeah, they've blamed it on another school called her school that's like nearby. So I just realised I shouldn't really name her school or anything because there's some weird people out there.
Yeah,
It's
don't
really...
dox yourself.
No, no, definitely not. Especially that Phil H001. She's weird. Hi, Han. Uh, so yeah, so everyone, thanks for coming along. Thanks for coming along as well, Helen. It's going to be. I'm glad that we've got you back
Hello.
on and everything, because the last time I had you on, everything was quiet. The sound was awful, and I had nothing properly done. Anything like that. I was still very, very much learning, and now,
No, look at you.
I'm not doing too bad. It's not going too badly at all. But yeah, so you're streaming as well and doing very, very well. Balls.
Yeah.
I was meant to get your. Honey, could you find the link to Helen's Twitch page for me? I forgot, basically. I was, yeah, I just completely forgot. I get it all normally. I normally get everything sorted in the morning with like links and stuff like that, but I completely forgot. Today I've been a bad boy. So thanks everyone for coming along. Anyone know who the 18 Rings song is from? Want to listen to the whole thing? That is Andrew Ruddick. We were listening to Pud before before the stream had one of his songs going. So yeah, it's on his. There you go. Thank you, Han. Yeah. So yeah, so all on his SoundCloud. So yes. So how are you doing anyway, Helen?
I'm doing good, thank you. Considering the state of the world, I'm okay.
Yes.
I'm trucking along.
It is
How
one.
are you?
Uh, I've got an 11-year-old. It's tiring.
Mm.
Yeah, she's senior school now and everything, so lots of homework but to be honest, I mean, she's flying now. She's gone from being hating like junior school, and now as they got up to senior school and they're treating her like an adult. She's absolutely loving it. Oh, thanks, Ben. Oh, 5 months. That's I think Ben and Helen are probably like my longest subscribers now. It's amazing, and
Oh.
I haven't changed any of my GIF image things either for when people do it all from the LARPs, the series chat as well. So thanks for doing that, Ben. I hope you're feeling better today, mate. I hope you're doing well. So it's been, well, we're gonna have like a year and a half between events, aren't we? Unfortunately, it's not been good. How are you coping without being able to get into a field and get drunk?
Uh, I wouldn't call it coping. It's like I get by from little things, like lots of very immersive games. I've been playing Final Fantasy 14 online with Chris, just so that we can do something that's kind of with people and also out and about, and that's nice. But yeah, it's not too bad. It's quite. I'm trying to ignore it. I think I'm trying to ignore the problem of like I just want to be in a field with friends and I haven't seen people for months and I miss them and I can't.
Yeah,
It's hard.
yeah. It was a weird one going camping with all the Ashen fam lot as well. So, but it was nice to see Alex in there. So as us there as the sole representatives of Hurst Hall and that. But as John has just said, 206 days until E1.
Woo!
Wow. So yeah,
Oh.
back under the tree. Yeah, but it's weird. I think is the best way to describe it. A lot of people I've seen have thrown themselves into kit and come up with new things and stuff like that. Have you done any work on any kit at all or anything like
Not
that?
at the moment.
No.
Because we moved house at the beginning of the year, everything's a bit everywhere. So earlier today I was organising my second room. It's behind this screen here. It's just a pile of mess. And yeah, like I need to sort that out first. That way I actually have room to do things. Because other than my slightly cleared living room, all my other rooms have just house move stuff in still. Because we have loads of work that needs doing. So I haven't had time nor space.
No.
But I have been learning like a few new skills that should help. So I'm learning some embroidery and stuff like that. That way I can like actually do some pretty cool stuff with my kit.
Yeah.
Quite excited for that.
How are the plants?
All my plants, oh my god, they're fine.
Yeah.
If they died, I would cry.
Have you got more? Have you expanded your collection?
Yes. I have a bigger windowsill now, so yeah. um, I've got Cheddar, my cheese plant, which has grown. He's a big boy. He's chunky. And then I've got Sneck, who is a snake plant, funnily enough. I've got Chris's plant, which is a string of pearls, and it's called Peabody. He named him that.
Nice.
I've got 4 or 5 different kind of succulents. I've got a string of hearts, and I've got rosemary, basil, and some thyme. And I've got an orchid, and many things. I can keep going. I'm not gonna now, but I could keep going.
Excellent. Well, no, it's yeah, as Helen says, they're goals. So yeah, so Helen bought. I can't remember what she bought. I think it was a. I don't know what it is. It's a green thing that sits on the windowsill. Helen will know what it is, and we'll put it into chat, so she knows that. And we got Lily a something. I don't know. It's another green thing that sits in a plant pot, but that one can't sit in the direct sunlight. I think that one's an orchid. I think that's an orchid.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think I may have killed it.
Oh no.
Well, I don't think I killed it. I think it was the really, really hot weather we had killed it.
Oh, okay.
But I think Helen's trying to save it. She got an asparagus fern. There we go.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. They're green things that sit in pots on windowsills. That's all it is to me. So
it's green, isn't it?
yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I like green things, but the green I'm missing are what's behind me at the moment on the screen, the trees and the fields and stuff like that. It's yeah, that's what I miss. I miss sitting down with the group, the gang, as it were, and doing things like I remember saying to Chris, like the 4 o'clock in the mornings, where there's the 4 of us just sat there until 4 o'clock in the morning, going, well, I'm pretty sure that's the sun coming up over there, so we should probably go to bed, and things like that.
Those were good times. Good times. Just too drunk, and then I'd have to wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning the next day. Excuse me, I'm getting tired just thinking about it. Oh god.
Yes, yeah, I know. Oh,
Sorry, everyone.
It's yeah, you're gonna have a much bigger gang next time. We're having there's gonna be a what they refer to as hefty fam meet up on the Thursday or the Friday so everyone gets to meet each other and stuff like that.
Nice.
So yeah, so that'll be fun. That'll be a good laugh. Be able to turn around. Well, be able to turn around to Alex and Chris and go, no, they're not here for you. They're not here for you. Yeah, sorry.
Step aside, boys.
Yeah. Oh dear, that made me laugh way more than it should have done. Oh my god. But yeah, it's shun the Hatboiks. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Who?
You don't need them.
Nah, who does? Who does? But
no one.
Yeah.
Why would you go there for that?
Exactly.
No,
and Helen lives with one of them.
Small brain idea.
Small brain idea. You don't need them for that. But yeah, I do miss being in the field with people. It will be. We'll have to get something sorted up at some point to get that little gang back together and have a little meet up. So, because Chris let slip something that you're planning a Brass Coast character. Mm-hmm. So what sort of thing have you got in mind?
Ooh. I haven't got anything like set in stone yet. Not properly. I know that's just kind of the area we want to go. At the moment, it's just more like, what do we want to do when we get there?
Yeah.
I know that we want to perform stuff, which will be fun. But also, we're not going to be ourselves. We're both going to be quite disguised with like makeup and stuff, so that we can just chill. I'd feel a lot more comfortable just going there and like disguise and stuff. But otherwise, it should be fun. It should be fun.
Yeah. Yeah, because we had a bit of a it led to a rather something I wasn't expecting, a bit of an emotional chat between me and Chris, where we're just saying, well, what will happen if Mac or Grim died? And we're just like, oh, yeah, don't want to think about this.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No, don't make me feel.
No,
Don't
exactly.
make me feel
Yeah,
things.
don't want to feel anything like that at the moment. But we literally came to the conclusion that if one of us dies, the other person's getting rid of their character. That was it. It's just like, yeah, that's too much emotions right now. I don't need that tonight. So, but Dawn has asked, are you going to play a high lineage character?
Yeah, pretty strong in terms of their trappings, as it were. So all of their like, I don't know which lineage I'm even going to go yet, but something that is very like covering, just so I don't have to. You don't know it's me.
Because you could go,
Kind of thing.
you could go for a snack and get like what Susan wears with a mask and stuff
Yeah.
like that. That would be
Yeah, I
good.
was gonna go maybe like all face painty. And I already have lots and lots of brass coast clothes. Oh, I'm not gonna go orc. I've just seen someone in the chat suggest orc.
Yeah, Smo,
No.
orcs. Yeah.
I'm not going orc. I sweat like a mother trucker, dude. Whenever I have like any masks on, it'd be awful. I can't do it, and I'd get claustrophobic in the heat for too long. So I
Yeah.
don't even do a proper orc character when I do the when we do monstering. I don't actually go out as an orc then. I'm a water bearer.
Yeah.
Have you seen my water bearing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah?
You
You've
yeah.
seen Sprinkle?
I've seen Sprinkle. You have. I have been.
Sprinkled and squirted?
Yeah. I was a thrall with someone when I got sprinkled. And that's
Yeah.
so, and I have also been captured, and I've been sprinkled in the heat.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah, because it was really hot and I was like, you need a drink.
yeah, so I've had that as well. So I mean that's all. Yeah, so I've experienced I've experienced it all. Alex has asked, sorry, Southern Bard. Alex has asked, what do you play, Helen?
Oh, so at the moment I play a character in Wintermark called Fren, or Frenyirdriful, which is her full name. But everyone calls her Fren because it's way too complicated to say and spell. And she's basically a fighter. She owns a mine with her sister, who is called Famfilden, which is also a ridiculous name that is hard to pronounce and spell. So her name is Fam. So it's Fren and Fam,
Fred
if
and
you're
Fam.
wondering.
Yeah.
And we are just a couple of fucking rowdy lasses with our hammer and our axe and shield. And basically, we are also like heavy drinkers, couple of rabbly lasses, love a good pub. We also give like massages. We are a walking massage parlor. We do that. Multi-jobbed. You got to have multi-jobs in this world.
Definitely. Rowdy lasses, they said.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we rowdy.
Definitely. Because I remember a specific incident with, well, it wouldn't have been Fren, it would have been Beaky, where I still maintain, assault took place on Mac and Grim.
Oh my god.
You beat the snot out of both of us.
So that was Fren. That wasn't.
It was
Beaky.
Fren, was it?
Yes. So that
You look
was,
very
that
similar.
Was me as Fren. Do we? Oh, I don't know, because we don't have a big feather on my face.
Well, perhaps you should.
And I have much shorter hair. But yeah, I had I I remember that really well. You and Grim were completely off your face, and we had some. You two were fighting between yourselves for stuff, and really wanted to have your swords on you. So I ended up taking your dagger away, and you and Grim were trying to get it. So I kind of hugged it really tight to me, and you were just trying to like grab it off. So I ended up going, get away, or I'll bite you. And then I even gave you a growl as a warning. I growled. And you didn't let go, so I bit you.
Yeah, you bit me. Yeah. It was good. It was great. Because that was when the people from Dawn came running over, wasn't it? And tried to arrest Grim, didn't they? As well.
Well, they wanted to get you and Grim in trouble because you two were being rowdy and you weren't explaining yourselves. And it looked like you'd been attacking each other. You were both sprinting in opposite directions of each other. Everyone was like, there's been an assault, there's been a murder. And it's like, no, they're just stoned.
Yeah.
It's fine. Just listen, please.
Oh, that was so much fun that evening. I do remember that. So what drew you to the Brass Coast then? What made you think, out of all of them, the places you could have gone? So asking the hard questions here.
Yeah, I think when I first ever went to Empire, my first ever time, I ended up going to the League, but I actually originally, after reading all of the wiki pretty much, I really wanted to go to Dawn because I had the brief and I was like, that sounds great, I want to do that. But I ended up being in the League, and then after seeing how Dawn physically was played in front of me, I didn't want to do it anymore. I was like, actually no, I don't want that.
No.
I don't want to be in Dawn. Not for me. You know, for someone else, not for me. So I ended up thinking, okay, well, where would I want to go after this? And then I landed on Wintermark or Brass Coast, and Wintermark kind of won because I had the idea of being like a very wears all black, very, very moody, has lots of feathers, is basically a necromancer, but isn't. Shh, we don't talk about that.
No.
And then, I was like, yeah, that sounds fantastic. I want to be a necromancer. That sounds great. I'll do that. Did it. Had a great time. But yeah, I definitely really want to do the other thing, which is Brass Coast. And at the time, it was going to be different. I'm not going to do it now. But when I first started thinking about going to Brass Coast, I wanted to be a belly dancer. I'm not going to do that now because I'm a taken lady, so actually my clothes are quite scandalous for doing that sort of thing. It's not for the public viewing.
No.
So I was like, okay,
Fair.
I'll just do something else instead. So I'm going to learn how to play ukulele again and then just do that instead. Perfectly similar.
Excellent. So am I able to pay Chris for a belly dance?
Probably, yeah. You got to talk to him about it though.
Yeah.
I've got all the gear, so just put him in the clothes. I've got a beautiful skirt, very jingle jangly.
Excellent. Yeah, that could be quite interesting to see that. Well, it's going to be interesting because I think when all of this sort of stuff happens, I think like Hurst Hall, I don't think it will cease to be. I think it will be, there are people looking at going off to try different things. So I mean, what about Rhiannon? What's she looking at doing for the future? Is she going to Brass Coast as well?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I think she actually has been talking with some people about going to the marches, which
I can see that.
all power to her. Yeah, I can see it too.
I can see
it's
that.
there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just so much potato.
Yeah, very potato, very potat.
Much
So
potat.
she's thinking about going that way, and if she doesn't want to go that way, then she's coming with me to the Brass Coast. So she's just going to go see how she does, have fun over there, and then when she gets bored, she's going to come see me.
Yeah, because I haven't really thought about it. I know a lot of people think about new characters. I haven't really gone, oh, I fancy this, or I fancy doing this or the other. The coin bats are one of the best parts to watch during the belly dance. Come join the jangly side. We have mead. Everyone's got mead, Selexius. Everyone's got mead. I've generally got it hidden under my chair. So much mead. But it's...
Everybody got mead.
Yeah, I haven't really thought about a new character at all. I mean, I would want to join a group and go off with
Hmm.
and be with people still. Um, I don't think there is anything in Brass Coast that would make me go, "Oh, that could be fun." I don't. I like visiting,
Yeah.
so I think if yeah, I think I would probably ask to have a connection to you lot, so we know you at least, and
Hmm.
then I would bugger off somewhere else. Um, I was talking to Alex when I had him on. We were chatting about potentially the league,
Hmm.
but Helen uh, A or one. I can't remember which way around it was.
Hmm.
Yeah, my Helen, she said that she wasn't overly keen on the league, so we're having to sort things like that. But I do quite fancy that. Orcs, I'm going to finish with.
Nice.
Yeah, I fancy finishing as an orc and then probably staying there. And then if after
Yeah.
I've done all of that, I might look at going behind the scenes and doing things.
Hmm.
I'm whichever Helen isn't. How's that?
I think she's Helen number one and I'm Helen number A.
Okay, we'll go with that. We'll have to get you badges. Um, the Uber Helen.
She is the Uber Helen.
So
I
yeah.
am the Ola Helen.
So which nation wouldn't you want to go to? Which is the one?
The League.
That's fantastic.
Get
Why?
it out, put it in a bin.
So you feel the same? Well, why? What is it about the league then that's made you go, oh no.
It's shit. I've been there, I've done that. It's not what I wanted at all. I went there, I was like, this is going to be some Machiavellian shit. This is going to be so interesting, and I'm going to feel like I am in Venice back in today, and it will just be, oh, it'd be great. I was going to like assassinate people and marry for money and political power. It was shit.
Really?
It was shit.
Excellent.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, no, not for me.
Because the league was where you literally first started, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I remember you saying.
Hmm.
So yeah, so you got there and just found it wasn't. So
I think the problem isn't with the league, it's with my standards. I went in with an idea of that's what it was going to be like,
mm,
because especially with the early brief, the
yeah,
edit one brief, it was quite different. It was
yeah,
very like old Italy style of politics and money and all that jazz. And over the time, I feel like it's evolved to be more chill
mm,
and less backstabby. And I don't like that. This is much more like they do much more like jovial backstabby, where it's a bit like, oh, you'll have a bit of trouble, we'll cause you a bit of mischief. But it's
mm,
not like seriously undermining someone's political strength and then basically knocking them out of the running for something. I see barely any of that,
mm,
which makes me sad because that's what I wanted. I wanted to be so badass, and
yeah.
I wasn't.
Because you when it comes to politicking and stuff like that, you had cutting your teeth. It was Vampire the Masquerade, wasn't it? LARP, which is just social political. So
It's
yeah,
so yeah, basically. Oh, somebody raise the arms above my chest so I can do this. Basically, like going from playing different characters that are like quite badass
mm,
socially, especially to like minimal stuff is so annoying. Especially as I did like in my early roleplay days when I was starting to Vampire the Masquerade, and I did go for a bit of a stereotype, and I played a Toreador. Um, I was just like, I'll just do a basic social character
yeah.
as I learn, just to like really like narrow me out. I ended up becoming Prince, so I did okay.
Did well there, yeah.
um, yeah, so like it's not too bad. I ended up being pretty badass, but it taught me a lot about how to be that badass.
Mm,
And then I was like, I'm ready to do this somewhere else. I'm
yeah.
ready to go take this and put it in like a big and do a big you know, have fun, like do
Yeah.
a big scale thing as opposed to like a little woo. That just didn't happen.
No, no. So then it was Wintermark, and
Hmm.
it's not so much politicking in Wintermark, is it? It's more of a who has the most friends, isn't
Yeah.
it? Really, that's the feel I get from Wintermark anyway. So there's still fun to be had, but it's very much who's got more friends than everyone else there. So, which was a bit of a.
Yeah.
So would you have liked to, like, early goals then? Would you have said to yourself, "Oh, social politics, I'm going to go off and become, I'm going to go for Empress."
I would never have become the Empress because that is the head of the thing. I would much rather be someone working incredibly close with the Empress. That way, if things go wrong, it's
Mm.
less likely that my head's going to be on the chopping block. Whereas if I'm behind the scenes, I can still get involved in stuff, still do other things, still do bad things, and be less investigated. I was
Yeah,
meant to be like really like behind the scenes, kind of bad. My aim was to marry the person that was going to be the emperor or empress. Empress, sorry, it's just empress. My brain
mm.
just stopped then. But yeah, my brain was going to like I was going to marry the empress and then
Yeah,
just be a badass and manipulate that way. But oh
yeah.
well, didn't happen.
No, yeah. Alex Southern Bard has said, "I like the slightly vampire masquerade feel to the League because it's something I'm familiar with." So, and also they have the best clothes.
They do have interesting clothes, that's for sure. I feel like they do have some pretty good clothes. I will say that.
Mm.
I will say they have pretty good clothes.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
admit that. But also, I feel like some Wintermark have great clothes. Like the really gothy stuff, not just the normal, I'm a Steiner and
Mm.
I have this chest plate and I have these same fluffin' shoulder cloaks with the fur and like just everyone looks the same
Yeah,
apart from a few people that really fucking stand out to me and I love them.
yeah.
Love the gothy people.
So we'll just say Smith then, because he's that sort.
His is different. His is just ludicrous to me.
Yeah,
To me anyway, but that's because like I'm always like gonna be bottom of the rung Wintermark. Where she's like fancy Wintermark. What's that about?
yeah. He is
Oh my
stupidly
god.
fancy. He is really, really fancy. It's like my kit isn't. I mean, I still get told, people still come to me and go, "You still look Navarre," and it's just like, yeah, but in Navarre I got told I look like a Calavesi, so let's make your mind up now, people here. So,
Yeah, wherever you're from or whatever you look like, people always be like, "You look like you're from somewhere else." I'm always like, "Can you not? Can you not?"
yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's the thing though. Is not many people do it, but it's just some people. Some
Hmm.
people do, but kit standards across the field though, it's very obvious to see the very very talented people. I think especially, and then the people who have got a large budget for their kit, and then you get the
Mm.
people who have got no budget for their kit and they have tried. So,
Yeah.
and I like them all because for me it shows the different uh, suppose social standing with each archetype anyway. So you'll get the Steiner, who is out of character, quite wealthy and can buy all this stuff, and then you'll get the Steiner who has no money out of character and they're struggling for this. They can just about buy a ticket, but they've still got all of their kit together, and it's like, yeah, you can still see it, and it's. I think that's one of the reasons why I love the game so much. It's fantastic to see.
Mm.
So,
Yeah.
uh,
I can't complain much, especially as most of my like
mm,
a lot of my characters' clothes, especially Beaky, so much of her clothes, like, oh, like they were all from charity shops pretty much,
yeah,
which is really affordable, especially as at the time I was very poor. So me being able to afford like actual like a ticket to Empire was sometimes a struggle, let alone the kit. So I used to work in a charity shop and often things would be thrown away, and I would just say to the like supervisor, hey, is it okay if instead of getting thrown away I pay for it and then I just take it? Because especially some of the coats and stuff, they can't sell them because they're fur coats, but they also can't accept money. So I would instead just offer donations and then dispose of the coat, basically,
Yeah.
because it was only going to be put into the bin because they weren't allowed to sell them.
No.
So I was like, well, it's an antique fur coat. I'm going to take this and turn it into some winter market. Thank you. So yeah,
See, that's
like
awesome.
you can find some good stuff there.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I still remember my very first kit was just a pair of grey joggers that basically they were so tatty for Navarre. It was unbelievable. And then it was a grey Adidas polo shirt where I'd cut the Adidas bit off, ripped it all a bit more, then sort of really roughshod, put it all back together again, ripped the collar off. So I didn't look great at all, and I had a green t-shirt on underneath it all. So it was just like, yeah, it was just like, yeah, not great, but people didn't really come up to me because I think they could see that he's trying. He hasn't done. He obviously can't afford to get this, and this. Because I was going around, I was borrowing weapons, I was borrowing armor and stuff like that. But it's like anything across the board. You're going to get some prick out there who's going to come up to you and go, "Oh, you should do this with your kit" and stuff like that. And that's what I hate. Really, really can't stand it. I think Dawn has just said, I've been asked if I was high guard because I wore a black flowing shirt and it was a deep V neckline. High guard necklines are up to the bloody chin.
Very true.
Yeah, well, no one likes high guard anyway. Let's face it. It's. I think I feel the same way about high guard as you do about the league. I will never end up in high guard as a player. I mean, hats off to everybody who does go there, and the people who do it. They do a fantastic job. Because I'm friends with a lot of people who are in Shatter Tower and stuff. So that's all. They're great. But for me as a brief, nah, not for me. I'm afraid it's a big no.
I mean, it's not like something I would ever just cross off as a ever nope. But like, I don't think I could do it for long. It just isn't my style either, to be honest. It's just not. It's not my thing.
No. Dawn's just said if they want to critique my kit, they can PayPal me the cash. Yeah, yeah. It's why PD. It's one of my favourite rules that PD have is basically there is no criticism of people's kit. So I don't. One of the big things I hate is when someone is obviously trying, and then you get that person going no, that's wrong. It's actually this. It's just like, ooh, no, back off. So that's out of line. You're out of order there. So. I know I get an ad. Yeah, we've had to log out and log back in. So yeah, that's I really can't stand that sort of thing because there are people who have tried, and then you're going up to them going no, and that's so aggressive and so confrontational. You're not helping. It
puts new players off, definitely.
Yeah, and this one of the big things that I've got here is that we've got so many new players. I think quite a lot of them are. Heading off to the Brass Coast, funnily enough. So, and everyone is so positive about everything, and they're going, "Oh, I'm trying this new kit. I'm trying this," and people are going, "Oh, that's great. That's really cool. That's really cool. Have you thought of instead of doing it that way? Have you tried thinking about doing it this way instead?" So it's constructive, and it's really, really nice to see. But then you get the odd person turn up and go, "No, it's this," and you're like, "Ooh, how about fuck off?"
Yeah, I've had a lot of people critique people, or I've seen people be very heavy in their critique of people's footwear, and that really cheeses me off because quite a lot of people have to wear kind of very specific footwear, and also in kit, proper icy footwear can be very expensive.
So expensive.
If you want it to fit you properly and be comfortable.
Yeah.
So like, if you see someone in a pair of hiking shoes that have blue streaks on them, just don't look down.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, they're good shoes that will protect your feet, keep them warm, make sure you don't break your ankles on rugged ground. That's the important thing. not. I have really accurate shoes, but if I fall over, my ankle's gonna break. So I would much prefer, like, I just don't like that kind of people just being very inconsiderate of other reasons, just being like, it's ruining my immersion, therefore it's not allowed to be. Really
Yeah,
cheeses me off.
yeah, it does mind that. It really, really does. Stug, the corgi, he's got a absolute beautiful little corgi. Really, really does. Um, Hefty Fan Discord is the friendliest I've come across by far. See, when it comes to footwear, I have I have big boots that go halfway up my shin because I've witnessed. Do you remember the old Empire site? Was it
Mm-hmm.
Tournament Stud, where you had that
Yep.
path that went up from the gate and there was ditches either side that you had to jump across to get in anywhere? I witnessed so many broken ankles, broken legs, purely because footwear just wasn't
Yeah.
up to scratch, and it was mainly because they were wearing very icy-ish footwear. So there was no ankle support. There was nothing like that at
Mm-hmm.
all. And witnessing someone with their like foot sort of like, well, it's going to be disgusting, but it was sort of dangling there, and they're being loaded
Mm-hmm.
into the back of the ambulance. It's like, no, that's pretty bad. So ever since I've said, no, I don't really care. If someone goes, that's not really that's not really suitable footwear, he'll be like, oh well, never mind, I'm going to go over that way now and get the fuck away from you, Belland. No,
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
but yeah, so yeah, footwear's the big one.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so
I remember one year I was walking around and I had a pair of shoes that, well, I remember two actually. That I had a pair of shoes that weren't waterproof and you had to me over a ditch. I remember that.
oh,
That was great.
that was going up towards the marches, wasn't it?
The league.
Was it the
We were
league?
going to go get you and Chris some drugs.
Oh yes, of course. Makes sense.
Yes, of course, naturally. So you carried me over a little river that had formed because of the rain. And then another event, like, I got there, and after setting up my tent, I stood in a puddle, and it was very not waterproof. I found out there was a massive hole in the bottom that had come off somewhere, and I was like, "Oh my God!" Basically, half of the sole of my shoe is hanging off. What am I going to do? So
Mm.
we drove around trying to find somebody for me to pick up shoes just real quick. The only place we could find was Tesco's. And the only size shoes that they had that would be any good were wellies of my size, but with leopard print.
Wow.
I had to go for it. I didn't have much of a choice at this point. I was like, I'm in the fucking field. I either have
Yeah,
dry feet and don't get gangrene,
yeah.
or I walk around with wet socks and change them every 5 minutes and then hope my foot doesn't fucking fall off. So yeah, I just was like, I'll just go with the leopard print shoes.
Pretty much, yeah. Lady Pigeon has just posted in saying, I've not posted much, but I joined the Discord recently, and I like that the people are so lovely and helpful in there, wholesome. That's exactly what I want. Exactly what I don't let negativity creep in, and I like everyone to support each other and build each other up and stuff like that. So we get people who will just every now and again they'll post into one of the rooms and just into the channels and just say, I need help with this, and then everyone's there going, oh, it's this, try this, and they'll go put a picture up and go, oh, I've done this, and everyone's like, that's amazing, that's brilliant, and it's just like, yeah, it's so nice, it's so nice to see, it really is so nice to see, it's fantastic, I can't, yeah, rave about them enough. Spunky
Mm.
Bum Love. Oh my god, I remember when you joined because I think I was talking to Alex
Hi,
for
Spunky.
yeah, I think I was talking to Alex for the first time a long, long time ago, and I pissed myself laughing when he joined, when they joined. At least the
We
parent.
love Spunky.
I just love the name. I love the name. It's so
They're
good.
fantastic.
It is a really good one. At least the paramedics would have been fully immersed. Well, it is kind of their job, yeah. But in those sorts of situations, you'd rather it didn't happen. But they were quite, yeah, they were good. Because I think from the very beginning, I think one of the paramedics who was there just to work now plays.
Oh,
So
That's so sweet.
yeah, I think he's in the marches.
Ooh.
I'll have to see. I'll have to find out about that one. I'll have to find out about that one because that would be interesting to get confirmed. Yeah, modern boots are so much better than playing leather. Yeah, I had a bit of a meltdown about some kit, and everyone was so supportive. It was great. That's cool. One of us, take it for someone who broke their ankle in 3 places this year. It's not fun. Yeah, wear good shoes. Exactly, Alex. Exactly. So yeah, we've all had moments. It's like I've had a Dornish knight in a full suit of armor jump on my knee before. It's like swelled up so big. That was great fun. You know.
There's always a risk. Like, I've had some
Yeah.
great times.
Yeah,
Everyone.
it's the pod shots for me. That's what I hate because it seems to happen at least twice a battle.
Yeah.
So I mean, they must be a great shot because I've got so small,
Yeah.
so small, so small.
Oh, bless.
Oh,
I always
dear.
get, like, hit with an arrow in the face. Just every time, quite reliably. And I'm like, can you not? For
Yeah.
5 minutes? It's like, I'm just trying to do stuff. Just aim a little lower. I'll take the hit. Just, my dude, I have only got 2 eyes.
Yeah.
Give me rest.
Yeah, Stugger said, "Have you considered wearing a cup?" Nope. Nope. Too uncomfortable. Nope. Too uncomfortable. I can't do it. No. I heard of people getting things trapped in those when hit. Oh, yeah, that could be pretty bad. I think the worst thing that's ever happened to me, even with the Dornish knight jumping on my knee, and it's swelling up to like the size of a basketball. That was pretty bad. Was there was a bloody Dawn. It was a Dornish girl, a young lady, and she had spent a fortune on her armor, and she had all of it. It was so shiny and it was so pretty. It was stunning. And as a monster, I had taken her down, and I was just sort of like, she was just there, and then she started crying in front of me, and I was just like, oh, so are you all right? And she then meant to say, "Oh yeah, I spent hundreds of pounds on my kit. It's my first event, and all of this sort of stuff. And now I'm gonna die, and all of this." So I was like, "Oh shit, okay, I'll help you out." So picked her up, and we just said, "I'll wave you about a bit." And I said, "Then what I want you to do is turn around and pretend to punch me in the face, and then run back to your line." I say, "And it will look great, and everyone will be happy, and it will give you a fantastic story." And she went, "Oh, okay." So I picked her up, and I sort of walked her back a bit, shook her around a little bit, and she turned around with this solid gauntlet, and she punched me as hard as she fucking could in the face. It was like, holy shit. I had blood pouring from my nose and my mouth, and it was just like, I was just like, oh. So I took a few steps back. I was stunned completely. And as she ran, one of the other guys, it was a Navarre who was playing my husband at the time. He's a nippy little shit. He's a nippy little spitfuck. And he went and caught her and chopped her down. We dragged her back and hid her behind a tree instead. And that was it. I then had to go walking off, and a ref was there sort of like just cleaning the blood off of my face. It was just like, yeah, you go fuck yourself then, can't you?
Amazing.
But
You're meant to pretend, woman.
Yeah, I know. Oh, it was so much fun. It was so much fun. Have you ever fought against any of the kids, like from the academy and stuff like that?
No, I've only done magic with them before as Chella, as Beaky, so I haven't ever fought with. I've been around, I've seen them fight. Merciless. And always
Evil.
shots, constantly.
Evil, I think, is the way to describe them. Absolutely brutal. They don't understand how to pull a blow either.
No.
I got hogpiled. I was literally on the floor. There was like 3 of us who charged. It was high guard children. So they were there with their big tower shields and their long swords and stuff like that. And holy shit, we literally charged them. They panel beat us down, and we're lying there, sort of bleeding out. We're just dying, and they haven't stopped yet. They have decided to form a shield wall around us, as some other kids that are with them have come over, and they're carrying on. And we're just like, we're dying here already. It's like, please stop.
We're dead.
Yeah.
Please
Oh,
stop. We can
no.
only be so dead.
Yeah, we weren't allowed
Please.
to. Some of us who managed to die and leave, the others they kept alive and they took them off Bahat lines, and they were torturing these people. They were torturing them. We were off watching,
Legitimate
going,
children.
oh my god, this is brutal. Who are their parents? I want to know. It was terrifying. Oh, it was so much fun though. Kids are psychotic if other LARPs are anything to go by. I don't understand why someone would full punch you with a glove on. Uh, it happens. It's all normally accidents. In that situation, I don't think it was. I think she was adrenalined up and just a bit scared of losing a character. Yeah. I got mobbed by kids with plastic swords once upon coming off a battlefield. Evil little buggers go for the face. Yeah, that sounds like children. I feel like I have no good LARP stories. Every time I think of something, I cringe at myself. Oh yeah, 100% of the time. I don't. I think all
Oh.
of my stories are cringe. Like when me and Chris pretended to be a bench. I mean, what else can you
I feel like
say?
everybody has that feeling about their self. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you hear the sound of your voice back to you, you're like, oh, I hate that.
Yeah.
You think about things that you've done in your life, you're like, oh god, that was ridiculous. Why did I even bother? Whereas actually, from other people's perspective, you're just normal. You're just fine. Don't worry about it. Like I've got loads of things that I think about and I go, oh my god, what was I doing? Like I really struggle unless I'm doing it in a really mum voice. I'm great at mum voice. But when it comes to me trying to actually be threatening and intimidating, it's a bit tricky. So I was in the middle of casting a very powerful ritual, and while casting it, I was trying to be very aggressive and assertive and be all like inciting a rune and be super angry. And I swear to God, I was thinking about it after the fact, and I was 100% sure I sounded like just a very aggressive, squeaky. Have you ever heard of those really weird frogs that scream when they're angry?
No, but I feel
They
like
go,
I need to now.
that's what they sound like, and I swear, in my mind, that's what I envisioned, just me squeaking in the middle of a ritual circle. All these intimidating necromancers around me, and me just there squeaking. Like, I have dominion! I am powerful! All I can picture.
But you do intimidating very well. You really,
Think it
really
dep-
do.
That's the thing, is if I channel mum voice and mum energy, you know, when you fucked up and they just go, what did you just tell me? That whole like, oh,
Yeah.
oh no,
Yeah.
what did I do? I'm sorry, mum.
I can
That's
definitely feel that.
like,
Yeah. I feel like we need a stream of Smo's stories now. If she feels up to it, I'll definitely have Smo back on and we can talk orcs and tell stories. That'd be good. Sirio the Warrior DM. At reenactment, they let kids attack knights with foam piping insulation. Savage little... oh, fucking hell, chat. Slow down. Savage little shits would try to open visors to get at your eyes and just wail on people on the ground. I'm happy facing 100 guys in tin, but 30 screaming kids. Terrifying. Yeah. Yeah. I've scared someone so badly I had to go and apologise to them OOC. I think everyone's done that. That's a fairly common thing. Just making sure someone's all right. So I wouldn't worry about that one. Just let people know I used to be the Lord Douglas. Changed my name. Ah, right. Okay. Now I know who you are. She's my middle name. Shit. Yeah. It's loads of stuff happens like that though when you're telling people off. Smuggling in Mochi and use her to distract the kids. Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
No.
We'll go on a tangent here. How is Mochi?
She is fine. She is great. She is a fluffy little bean. She's due a groom soon, so she's a bit extra fluffy than normal. But she's great. She's having a great time. She recently snuck through a hole in the fence into the neighbour's garden, which was
Wonderful.
Hilarious. We were like, oh my god, get back.
Excellent.
But otherwise, no, she's fine. She's just her usual stuff.
Excellent. Because I remember going back to your mother voice. You've had hefty. How sober were you when being a bench? Um, we don't tend to get too drunk until after we've done the twilight. That's when we'll start. Me and Chris will start to drink properly, I think. So we'll be. Yeah. So yeah, not too bad to be honest. Um, but that was. I think that was the precursor to us chasing Sigvald across the sky. Yeah, so yeah. So
Different times, yeah.
yeah, we've done that a lot. Um, Stug is dumping his fur everywhere. That's Stug's dog, not him. I hope it's
Yeah.
the dog anyway. Um, so it's all very much. But I remember being in a battle, and it wasn't going very well, and I was still Navarre at this point, and I had sworn to fight with Wintermark under the banner, and I was there, and I was just trying to run off and do as many stupid things as I possibly can. And I remember coming over. I think I'd been knocked down for like the umpteenth time, and I remember that it was you and the husband had come over, and you healed me up fine. But oh my god, you both told me off. It was the telling off. It was just like, okay, I'll wait here, and that was it. I was like, yeah, it was
Yeah.
pretty much we're not picking you up again.
No, we, we
We
we used to tag team shouting at people if they got down either too often, or if they did something reckless. We always tell them off because we were basically like everyone used to call me mum. For everybody that doesn't know in the chat, I used to be mum or winter mum, and like all the people that were around me were my hall. I was the Thane, and they were the children of winter. So literally, they'd come to me for everything.
yeah.
But I'd also tell them off often for being dipshits. So,
Yeah.
especially a couple of our people, there's one called Bjorn, and he, yeah, I know, he would always run off into lines and stuff and do stupid shit, and I'd be like, oh my god, for 5 minutes, can you not?
Yeah.
And there's a beautiful picture that someone took of Brack on the floor, healing Bjorn, and me looming over him with my staff looking down like, what did you fucking do? What did we tell you? We will not heal you after the 5th down. Don't do it again. We would just go on and on. It was
Yeah.
ridiculous.
So Smo has just said there's a difference between me cringing at myself because I have no idea what to do and backing out of situations, and people talking about things that have happened that are funny afterwards. Yeah, I can understand. I can understand that. Looking back at your own stories and thinking, is it funny or is it just really really like cringy and stuff like that. But I think I've resolved for myself as me going, I've stopped caring. Everything I do is dumb in character. So, yeah, so I sort of embrace it for me. So, I mean, how do you feel about telling stories about things that you've done?
Well, I think it depends. Most of the time, actually, I don't do well telling stories about some of the things that I've done. I prefer to tell stories about other people that I'm kind of involved in, which I know sounds weird considering I'm on this stream. But I try to break out of it because I know it's mostly my anxiety talking.
Yeah.
One of the reasons, the major reason I actually stopped being Chala was because of my anxiety. I used to be a very powerful winter ritualist that had no problem public speaking and being in front of a group of people and shouting, even though I was squeaky.
Yeah.
I still at the time was like, I don't care because I am very powerful. I'm a badass. I'm a fucking badass. And then after like a while, anxiety really started to affect my ability to do that. So I was performing barely any rituals. I would actively avoid them because I was scared I'd mess it up. And I got very nervous about public speaking again, which I hadn't suffered from since I was a child. And I had that. and my PTSD would go off at random times, especially before needing to make big public displays because I was worried about attention being drawn to me, and it just all affected me so much, and I kind of, looking back at it, wish that I didn't let it get to me so much then, because it really affected my character. And even though I love her, I still love Chella. She's my favorite character I've ever had, but I couldn't play her anymore. I literally OC couldn't play my character, so I was like, oh, I gotta stop. Can't do it. I'm not doing the things I need to do.
No, it was incredibly sad when Beaky and the husband were no more. That was really, really sad. I was looking forward to coming into the tent and getting the really emotional RP. I wasn't expecting what I saw when I came into that tent of you two getting your new characters ready and chatting. I was like, oh, okay, we'll chat. That's fine. But I did get the wonderful moment of Bjorn coming over to the fire to tell Mac and Grim what had happened. And I was just like, okay. And Grim just sort of like, I don't know how to deal with this on an emotional level, so I'm going to sit here. And it's like, I'm going to kill someone, and I'm off. And then I remember behind Bjorn going, oh, someone should stop him. And Grim going, no, because he'll just kill you. It's fine, leave him. and it was it. It was, but it was really, really sad when it had to go. I mean, there was reasons for it, but it was it was understandable, but still sad.
Still hard. It was hard to let go of a character that I love so much.
Yeah.
Obviously, a part of me was really looking forward to a new character where I didn't have to worry about things like that, where I didn't have to worry about my anxiety paying off because of certain things. I was going to be a new character away from problems, which was great for me, but also it was very hard to let go, which is also kind of why when we did the whole come in as terminal so that we could just kind of walk around and be like, say goodbyes to the last few people and then go. It's so annoying because we came onto field and we were trying to look for the Children of Winter.
Yeah.
And I couldn't get my own fucking kids to come see me dead.
No.
I got to see them for like a little bit at the end, but I was like, no, like I've been looking for you guys for like 4 hours. I'm gonna go die now. Bye.
Yeah.
But yeah, like
it wasn't good.
It wasn't too bad. They were just really busy. They had so much planned to do, which I don't blame them for. I'm glad they still have plenty to do. So I was like, yeah, no, it's fine. You guys crack on. But I'm dead now. So here's some nice things. Bye.
Yeah, I've still got to collect a coat that's been given to me and some fingers.
Yes, those are my fingers. Those are Chella's fingers.
Oh, yeah. So
one's mine and one's Breck's, actually, I believe.
Yeah.
Our fingers, so you can hold them and know what's going on.
Yes. As long as they're not like the knife of make you do the thing, because
they're a bit like knife of make you do the thing, but cooler.
Okay, that'll be interesting. So, because I need to get hold of those as well, because chatting to a few of them, it was a case of we want you to. Yeah, because I always said, oh, I'm going to go and get these people and stuff like go and get these things and everything like that, and it was quite a nice send off for my level anyway. So then I was told, I'll be able to bring some stuff back to then pass on to like the Children of Winter and go, here you go, you can have that. The fingers, no. What fingers? I haven't got any fingers and stuff like that. So, there was something. Where was it? It said, Spunky Bumlove, chasing Sigvald across the sky sounds like a great metal song. I'll have to have a chat with Pud about that one, I think. So, really tempting to make a backup character for Wintermark now. Do it.
Always have backup characters. I have a million.
I haven't got any. I haven't got one. I normally have loads, but I mean, Mac was a throwaway character, and I've now played him for 6 years. So it was really, really bad. Inter-character relationships are the best thing about roleplay. Those dramatic moments by its highs and lows. Why amorous love? Put the fingers in places they don't belong. my pockets. Oh dear. Or you were going
Don't
to come
suggest
to
doing that with the winter magic. You'd get some trouble.
We both have backups, and we haven't even done one empire yet. Yeah. So I think I'd need to sit down with a wiki and go through everything again, or just sit staring at the player creation thing, the character creation thing, and just look at it and see what comes to mind. I had the. Well, I tell you, I mean, when Alex was talking to me about going off to the league, I did think to myself, because he wants to. He has this unit in mind that he wants to make up, and I thought, ooh, I'll be your chef, and I'll walk around with like a big hammer, and I'll just be your chef, and I'll dress all drab and everything like that. But then it was just sort of like looking into it, it's like, yeah, I can't do that. It's the league. I can't. I'm not. I won't. Literally, will not be allowed to do that. So it's like, okie dokie.
You could do something else. You could, for example, work in a very, very lucrative section of the meat district in Temeshwar, and you basically run the meat district because then they call you the butcher. There you go.
Excellent. I have a character for the league. Oh dear. Sorry, Helen. But yes.
Right, Helen can come to Bear's Coast with me.
Diaxon is now following. Thank you. I love how close knit the UK LARP scene seems. It is really close. I mean, me and Helen, we've known each other for quite a while through not like really close friends, but we sort of knew of each other and were around each other, so we could sort of like recognise each other and say hi. But I mean, I'd like to think we've become close friends. So
Yeah, definitely. Like, it didn't take long, to be fair, because we just get on.
Helen has just said, "Fuck you, I'm belly dancing out of the league."
Nice.
Oh dear. Yeah, character gen made easy. Trick someone else into doing it.
Yeah, sure. If you ever stuck, just give me like a premise or like a nation and like a little bit of an idea, and I'll see what I can flip at you.
Yeah, I mean, I get ideas of what I want to do. Like my very first character, I wanted to play an old drill sergeant, that sort of character, and I wanted to be like a support to just advise people and things like that. But he ended up becoming the Navarre general, and then things happened, and that was just how the character goes. Because would you agree with whatever you plan for your character, it will always go differently when you're in the field?
Yes. Yes. So when I first started as the League, I was like, oh, this is going to be great. I'm going to be like really backstabby and it's going to be amazing. And then I ended up not doing any of that. I was just a ridiculously efficient healer, which was amazing, but also very annoying because I wanted to be like political and then I did Jella. And when I first went into the field, I was thinking, I'm going to be a really, like, an epitome of magical knowledge. It's basically, like, specifically for winter magic, and I wanted to be a necromancer, but on the sly, so no one knew I was actually, like, a necromancer. It was just, like, a top-secret necromancy fun. Turned out that, like, it's a lot harder to do that quietly. So I was like, oh, all right, well, I'll do it a bit. And I did it a lot, but just legally, as opposed to how it was intended, which was going to be illegally. But then I ended up instead, just being winter mum, which was just basically babysitting and herding cats every weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I like to think. I mean, the UK LARP. I mean, if you know people, then everyone sort of sticks together and stuff like that. I think that's the good thing, which is nice.
I think it's not hard to find groups that you can go into. It's really not.
No.
So, for example, when I first went from the League, where all of my friends from where I used to live on the Isle of Wight, so very insular, and also very hard to find other people that can go to Empire to LARP, because we all used to go together to cross the sea to come to the mainland, the big island, to come play. And it made it really hard to kind of interact with people outside of that group, especially build groups with that. So I was like, okay, this is going to be difficult. So I went over to Wintermark. Like, thankfully, someone I knew from the other bike was already in Wintermark doing their own thing with friends they already had on the mainland because they moved over to the mainland. So I was like, oh, just someone I know a little bit. And I was like, hi, how you doing? And they were like, great. You do winter magic, right? And I was like, yeah, go that way. I was like, thanks, bud. And that, like, I just literally walked around the corner and then I found the Seeker. And I was like, hi, I do winter magic. I hear you like that and I don't know what I'm doing. Help. So they were like, hello.
Wunderbar.
Wunderbar. Basically, I did 4 years, no, many years, too long, of not spending any XP on my first character. So that means when I made my second character, Chella, I had all of my XP for my first character, and then obviously starting XP. And I didn't put it in anything but rituals and winter magic, winter lore. That's all I put it in. So that's all I knew. Yeah. By the end, I died lore level 5 winter ritualist, which is the highest you could get in the Empire at the time.
Yeah.
And then obviously with extras and buffs, it was much, much higher. But I started off really strong. So they were like, oh, hello. You can do a lot. What are you doing here? Nice to meet you. Yes, I'll teach you anything. And I ended up being like really good friends with them. I still talk to them. I have them on Facebook. Like I used to visit them regularly, obviously before coronavirus. But yeah, like they're fantastic. I love them. They're like second family.
I think that's the great thing though about doing all of this is that once you get into the game, you meet people who you don't know before, and then all of a sudden you'll find that you're contacting them out of character, away from it all, and then it's you just get better and better friend, and then all of a sudden you know 80% of an entire nation, and you walk around the field, and when you say your hellos and goodbyes, you're doing it for 3 hours. Yeah. So as everyone who is around me can bear witness to, I'm gone a lot of the time saying goodbye and hello and stuff. So Paladin 21 has said that I think playing without a backup makes the prospect of character death more real. At least for me, that lack of anything after replicates the fear factor, at least in some form. Yeah, I'd agree with that. I have no backup. I mean, potentially, what was it Ben said? I feel like introducing himself as the head of the meat district will only end well. It could be a kick at Bayo, I suppose.
Yeah. When it comes to like having backup characters and stuff, I've always had one, and I've still consistently been afraid of dying. Because when I go onto the field, I don't obviously bring all extra kit and stuff. No. I just bring me and the stuff I need, because if you've got a load of car, you don't have space to carry all that shit.
No.
So I just have like an idea ready so that I have a fallback after the fact. That way it's not, if I die, the world doesn't end. Although technically it feels like it does, because it still feels like it does. When I died as my first character, who was called Theodora, when I died as her, even though I already had Chella planned and I had most of her kit ready but not on me, I was like, oh fuck, this character is like, I've had this character for so long, what am I gonna do? Oh my god, I'm devastated. Like, it still really shook me to the core. And I had to play out a death scene with all my friends who I'd been playing with and are my OC friends, and I made them all cry really bad, because I had a few friends that were doing like the glory dying, where they were just fucking talking and talking, and I was leaning, waiting for my turn to say goodbye, because there was a few of us that were terminal, and I was bored of waiting to talk to say goodbye, so I just turned to the person I was leaning on and said, I'm really tired, I just want to sleep now, and died.
Holy shit! That would do it a lot more, I think.
So they were just like, oh my god, oh my god. And they just started sobbing, and everyone else was like, what happened? She was like, she just said she was really tired, you know, she's hurt. And I was like, it was really hard not to laugh. at other people crying because I'm that kind of a monster. But at the same time, I'll say like, I'm really sorry, I didn't mean to make you cry. I am kind of bored of waiting to talk, and all I'm going to say is, peace, I'm out. Not
Peace.
actually that, but something similar, of being like
That would have been
really
awesome.
short and simple. It wasn't my character's thing to be like drawn out and ridiculous.
Yeah.
So
Character death's a big thing though. I've seen the characters who have died and they've died behind enemy lines and they don't get the goodbye. I've seen I was lucky enough with my first death, my only character death, to be allowed to go off in an awesome way and charge the orc line on my own, and then everyone to watch me go off and die like a fucking superhero. That was amazing. But then they threw me back through, so I got my funeral as well. But
yeah,
because character, that sort of dying and stuff like that, it really does hit you hard. And I remember after having the funeral and everything, and my friend Kit, you know Kit, don't you, as well?
mm-hmm.
Yeah. And having Kit come up, like doing all the funeral and stuff like that, saying goodbye, and then we sort of walked me off to the out of the field, and then that was it. And he was just like, okay, hug, okay, right, we're back in now. And then I'm going off back in as Mac and sitting down, and people are like, oh, you're all right. It's like, yeah, I'm fine, and stuff like that. And then Kit's sort of sitting there going, are you all right? No. And stuff like, and we went off. My God, I was in tears. Losing my character really broke me. I was so upset. And yeah, and that was it. We all buggered up, and me and Kit buggered off to the pub for a few hours instead, and that was it. And I didn't come back for a couple of events, and that was it. And then I was just so losing my character that hurt. But now then, Mac was just sort of there, and I got away with everything because of an Irish accent. It seems so. A bad Irish accent as well. It's great. So
Not the worst I've ever heard.
Oh no,
By
I've heard a lot
far,
worse.
So you're fine.
Oh yeah, I've heard a lot worse. You should hear Justin's Irish accent. It's awful. It's so bad.
Did you hear mine?
Go on in.
No. So again.
I remember a friend rolling in terminal to get rid of a character, and there was a weird conga line of people who wanted to have their moment, and I just spent most of that time sitting with them quietly and holding their hands. Yeah, death is brutal. Diaxon, the closest LARPing thing I can find is 5.5 hours away, and the next closest is 7 hours, living vicariously through y'all. Well, I think I've got 55 LARP videos on my YouTube channel now. It's insane. There's like over 100 hours worth of stuff there. So yeah, knock yourself out, mate. Away from Montana. Is that north or south in the US? I can't remember. Nature Powers. Oh, you're new. Welcome. Had never had a character die. Only like 5 seconds away from us, so Midwest. The North. It's one of them. I think Canada is the best place for LARP in America, because you got Bickerleen, I think, is a good one. Even though I do hear some bad things about it, but technically Northwest, but 7 hours from Seattle. Oh, okay. Oh, right, okay, yeah, so yeah, that's pretty, you're a long way away from anything.
Mm-hmm.
So, crowdfunder, let's fly you to Empire. That'll be interesting. But yeah, so character death they can be brutal. They can be brutal. I mean, like me and Chris have said that when Mac and Grim go, we don't know how we're going to react to that, because it's been a major part of our Empire life, hasn't it? So
that's going to be tough for both of y'all.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it. Not looking forward to it at all.
No.
I look forward to like that brief 30 seconds bit of role play. So like if it's like every now and again I've replayed it in my mind, and like Grim's gone down behind enemy lines, and it's just sort of like he's dead, and then I get to do the charge through and stuff like that and just die with him, and it'll be like, yeah, I get to do that, and it'll be like, oh, yeah.
No.
But it's great up until that point of actually dying, I think. So
Yeah, then you've got to deal with the rest of the time after that as well. And it's just like, oh God.
yeah. So yeah, hopefully we die really, really close to the end of an event, so we don't have to deal with it.
Hmm.
But knowing our luck, we'll walk in and we get executed, or someone will assassinate us both.
Nice.
Probably the militia. Um, my first event, I lost the friends I came with on a skirmish. Never got to say goodbye to them. Just stood waiting at the portal, hoping they would come back through. Then it closed. Honestly, just knelt there for what must have been half an hour until a winter marker I saved came and just held me. Honestly, hit me so much harder than I thought. Yeah, it really does. There's a good photo of Kit who was who played Dane, Mac's brother, and it was that skirmish where we got decimated, absolutely annihilated, because of reasons that I won't go into. But Dawn, um, so a lot of bad things happened. It was 3 waves, and there's a picture of Kit as Dane stood at the portal, sort of watching us as he's sort of looking, and he's just stood there looking really sad and worried as things are going on. And I remember when I walked out of that portal with Grim, and we just kind of walking out, and Grim went to the side to wait, and they were sort of pushing people out of the way, and he just came over and was just like holding me, and it's like, I thought you were dead, I thought you were dead. And it was just sort of like, okay, fuck off. And that, so is Empire that ruthless? Can be.
I think in general, most UK LARPs, from what I've seen, are a lot harsher than anywhere else in the world that I've seen. Like, I've seen a lot of people from talk about LARPs in the States and just in Europe and abroad, and they're always way more like gentle
Mm.
and less deathy. Like, there's
Yeah.
way less deaths, and I'm there like, why? There's a war going on. I should die. Just what
Yeah.
happened. But no, I think that most actually for UK LARPs, it's not the harshest I've ever seen. Maelstrom, which is the one before Empire, was far, far worse.
Mm.
Like very, like many, many deaths all the time. And then in terms of other ones I've been to, not a massive amount, unfortunately, but yeah, plenty of deaths for those as well. Especially like, not so much in Vampire because obviously it's less physical, so deaths just are very few and far between. But it can still happen.
Yeah. Especially if you're me at the Weekender and I lose 3 characters in one event.
Oh no.
Yeah, did well. Helen said my first event was Kit's funeral, and that got her crying just from the atmosphere. That was because I missed the event beforehand, and Dane died in a skirmish where he had pushed forward, and then the person in charge of the skirmish, when he got knocked down, instead of saying let's go and get him, withdrew and got 3 people killed. A lot of people were very angry about all of this, and then we had the funeral because we went over to Ashen Hall as well, and people sang, and it was really, really nice. I was a mess. I remember when I got told, because I got a message off of Kit. I was actually in the bath just playing a silly little mobile game on my phone, and Kit texts me just to go, Dane's dead. It's like, oh, you twat. And you just sat there thinking about it. I cried. I was genuinely upset. It was really, really bad. But that's the thing, in Empire, you get those connections to those characters, though, don't you? You feel that connection, you feel that loss and stuff like that. It's why one of the reasons I want to get all of this stuff for the Children of Winter, to go back and go, here's a coat. There you go. You can have that. There's no fingers, though, honestly. Who says fingers? I didn't talk about fingers. Shut up. No one talk about fingers. and things like that. So you get those sort of wonderful moments. Carolix. My first event, there was a massive funeral in the Brass Coast. I think E1 2018. And then, without knowing anybody or who had died, when everybody was singing and crying, I got caught up in the moment and found myself in tears. Yeah, how the fuck did you lose three
Yeah.
characters? I was dumb. I think, yeah, Diablerie, Sabat,
Nice.
Sabat.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice. Tasty. All
yeah,
the Sabat are great anyway. I prefer them.
yeah. So, yeah, I did. They did in Southampton. They did the a Sabat playtest. So, and I got to play the La Sombra Archbishop.
Nice.
It was great fun. Really, really enjoyed it. It was so much fun. F a fail.
Hmm.
Yeah, pretty much, to be honest. Pretty much. So is there a time frame on you moving over to the Brass Coast? Is there or?
Mm, not so much at the moment. We're just doing a lot of like, I think once we've got more characters more sure as to where, like, what we're going to do when we get there, then we'll
Mm,
be like, we're ready. Then we'll probably have a bit more of like a time frame in mind. But at the moment where we're still thinking about characters and what we're going to do and how we're going to do it, we're not like, we're not setting a time yet. And I think we're just kind of taking it really chill. We're just going to do what we want. And definitely, if we feel like Wintermark's just not something we enjoy at the moment, then we will go over.
mm,
And I think I have a lot of problems in Wintermark, just OC.
mm.
So I look forward to being away from that and just being a bit more like
Yeah.
hidden. That's something I really want.
Mm,
So when I can get that, I'll be very happy. Um, it's just more getting to that point kind of thing.
yeah.
And also when it works, I also don't want to kill off a character randomly without anything going on. Like I might even just come with spare stuff. That way, if I know I'm sure, I will kill off my character in battle. At least that makes sense because that's what Fran would do. She would just run out and be a dipshit because that's what I'm like.
Mm,
That's me.
yeah. So does this mean I have to try even harder in a battle now to keep Grim alive?
No, because I think if no one's really gonna let Grim die, are they?
No.
Fren, not so much. That doesn't really matter so much because I can sneak off into the corner, no one will notice. But Grim, he goes anywhere. Everyone knows Grim.
Mm,
Everyone's seen him high off his face, along with Mac. They know you are just known empire-wide,
yeah.
so you're not gonna go down easy. People will be like, oh, "That's Grim and Mac. We gotta go get him." So I
Yeah.
can imagine it'll be probably a different story that way.
Yeah. I think when it comes to the end, I think it will be a. I think them two dying will be an agreed upon sort of moment. Probably. I can't see. I mean, we've survived so much. I can't see us going out unless it's a moment where we're both going, yeah, we need to go out now, and that will be done. I have to say, it's going to be
Mhm.
really nice to not put on an Irish accent as
Yeah.
well. That would be
Yep.
wonderful. That would be really, really wonderful. So what would be your advice then to new players? What would be the biggest thing that you could say? Because we've got a lot of new players in chat and stuff. So, what would be your big advice to them at the moment?
One of my biggest like fears when I first started
Mm,
was finding people that would like me and also just being okay. I was worried I was just going to be in the corner and be really lonely and have nothing to do. Um, and also I was worried about like a little bit about just the size of it all. There's so
mm,
much going on. There's so many things I've got to learn, so many things I have to understand. And Empire is very forgiving.
yeah.
Just go with what you know. And if you can, go with some friends. And if you don't have any friends yet, try and find them on social media first, if you can. That way you can like with the Hefty fam. That way when you go there, you can be like, "Hi everyone, I'm really excited, but also I don't know about this. Can you teach me? Can you explain? Can someone say?" Stuff that's really,
Yeah.
really great and helpful. And would always mean in the evenings, especially when everybody's going off doing social stuff, you just you just have a really chill time with your friends at least. Like the minimum you're going to have from there is you're going to have friends to talk to,
Yeah.
and that's great. The maximum you can have is a massive adventure of ridiculousness and have insane stories to tell. But the minimum you'll have is a great time with friends. So even that is great. So if you can either bring friends or make friends, that's great. But also just don't be too hard on yourself.
No,
It's
definitely
okay. And we are really, really forgiving for new players. Like I've had so many new players come up and do something really, really stupid because they didn't understand how like quite a lot of a big chunk of a magical system works. They did something really, really dumb. And basically I sat down and spoke to them and was like, you do understand now that this isn't okay, right? And they were like, no, I don't get that. No one's told me this. And I was like, okay, that's something you need to explain to people around you because then they'll help you. All you want to do is help you. We'll talk to the militia about the fact that you just didn't know and didn't understand, and then they'll help you. Because at the moment, you've just done something really dumb, and you could be in a lot of trouble. And you just need to just talk.
Yeah.
Communicate. It's all good. It's all good. We're all very forgiving and chill.
Definitely. Nature Powers, any tips for the Saturday fatigue? Just chill.
Ooh.
Bit of food, drink.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all you can do.
Good food. If you can, rest as much as you can on the Friday night, unless you're up drinking till 4 a.m. like I have been, like we have been.
Yeah.
And if you get tired about halfway through, I'd say a power nap. I don't know if you drink coffee. I drink coffee. So there's something called a nurse's nap, where you have a cup of coffee when you're really, really tired and you go to sleep, and then you wake up 20 minutes after. By that time, the caffeine will actually start kicking into your body. And then when you wake up, you'll be ready to go. You can obviously do the same thing with like energy drinks and Red Bulls, stuff like that. Just be wary of your teeth rotten. But basically, yeah, any kind of caffeinated drink, if you drink it and then have a 20-minute nap, you'll get what's called a nurse's nap. So it'll give you an extra boost for a few hours. It'll be kind of instant. You wake up really ready to go. If you can't have caffeine but still want to like subdue that fatigue, have a bit of a rest, and make sure you eat and drink plenty of water. And also just have a nap if you need it. If you need it, just nap. It's all good. Just set an alarm for yourself though, because otherwise I've slept the day away by accident before.
Yeah, I think water and a nap seems to be the big way to go. I can't nap. I can't sleep during the day. So if I'm really struggling, it's happened the last few days. I've taken myself off to bed, and I've just had stuff playing in the background. I've just laid there with my eyes closed. I've not slept, but I've just been, chilled. It's been really, really nice. So I think don't ignore your body is the big one. If you're hungry, eat. If you're thirsty, drink. Cereal bars, salt drinks, anything like that, replace stuff. It's always good. Especially at Empire, you've got the wooden spoon with the big trenchers and that you can get. So a stew or mac and cheese or the full English breakfast, stuff like that. Oh my God, they're so good, and I really want one now. Yeah, water and breakfast are, the dog's bollocks, really are so good. There was Nexus said, the one thing I'm looking forward to is just hanging out with friendos. Very excited. It's so good. I have to admit. Do you know what one of my favourite things about when you're in that field is? Is when, because I'm always there first, and then we have what's called Smith time. So he's going to be there at 11, but he turns up at 4, and things like that. But it's when everyone else is turning up, and you get the initial, I haven't seen you for 3 months, I haven't seen you for 7 months, and stuff like that. And it's that first hello, a hug, and stuff like that. It was so hard going camping and not being able to hug people. It was so hard. I think everyone, I've said it enough times, and I am a big hugger. I am a hugger. I'm a big cuddly teddy bear when I'm in that field and saying hello and goodbye and stuff like that. Now, Alex hates hugs. I don't give him a choice in the matter. He gets a hug. And that I'm tolerated with it all. So, hi Abby, hope you're alright. So we get loads of stuff like that, and that's what I love the most about it all. Everyone's so friendly. If you're struggling with anything, you could go up and talk to anybody. I'd say, go and find any fire. If you are really struggling, mental health wise, food, drink wise, and you see someone you recognise, just go up to them and say, I'm struggling with this. Because no one's going to go, oh yeah, okay, we'll get over it, come on, crack on, and all of this sort of stuff. It's fun. I mean, I have, the last couple of events, I've had a Saturday evening moment, like at 10 o'clock in the evening, where I've gone, yep, I need to take some time to myself, and I've just walked off. And then I come back an hour later and I'm fine again. So, but my big issue is that I don't tell people, I just walk off. And I really, really shouldn't do that. That's bad news bears. So talk to people is the big thing. So John said the last time I gave Mac a hug, I nearly poked his eyes out. He has huge horns, John does. Really, really big. Big horny cambion. So I think, I like to go for an hour on these, and we've been going for an hour and 35. So we've been doing really, really well. So also for if you're new and you want to get involved in Empire, my Discord has been put up there. Everyone is stupidly friendly in there. So Helen is in there as well. So, and if it's questions about winter magic, I don't know anyone who knows more. So it's so she is a fountain of knowledge when it comes to it. So
yes,
yeah, definitely. So thank you so much for coming on, Beaky.
That's okay. Thanks for having me.
Do you know how close I was to putting your name down as Beaky on the screen and not Helen?
Probably like this close, right?
I was so close. I was tempted to do 2 as well, but yeah, it's
nice.
We'll so thank you so much. I would definitely love to keep getting you on and stuff like that on the stream again, because it's always fun to chat and just we'll have to do a stream with we'll see about getting Rhiannon and Chris on as well.
Yes.
Have the 4 of us on there and just chat stories. That could be quite fun to do as well.
That sounds great. That sounds amazing.
Do it at 4 o'clock in the morning while drunk.
Do it until 4 o'clock in the morning.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Yeah, only so many Helens. Only one of us knows anything about winter magic, and it's not me. We'll do that. An all-nighter stream. I don't think we could handle it anymore.
We're too old now.
Yeah. I'm 40 for fuck's sake. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. So if you want to join the Discord as well and just talk LARP, Empire, games and stuff like that, then
This way? Is that where the link is?
It's in chat. Yes, it's in chat over there. So bring the booze. So if we can post the Discord link, it's only just up there. It's only up a little bit, so it is still there. So so come along, join us, have a chat. They're a good bunch. Everyone in there is friendly. So as I say, Helen is in there as well. It pings a lot. They talk a lot. And it's great. It really is good fun. So so thank you everyone for coming along to chat. Thanks for those who followed. Thanks for those who subscribed as well. It's absolutely fantastic. And I'll be back on Wednesday evening. I think we're talking League on Wednesday. So it seems to have been a popular one. Yeah, I know. I got Sam and Callie from the Sea Wolves. I was going to say, we'll just imagine what it will be like when I do a High Guard stream. It's just going to be the person from High Guard and just be me.
No.
So we've got Sam and Callie from the Sea Wolves in the league are coming on. So So when are you streaming next, Helen?
Oh, I'll be streaming on Wednesday because it will be Witchy Wednesday.
Witchy Wednesdays, yes.
Yep.
So that's all like stones and the natural things, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah. Just basic. If you like witchcraft, then come on down. I don't just do that. I also do video games other days of the week, but Wednesdays is specifically Witchy Wednesdays.
Yeah.
So if you like that kind of stuff, come on in.
I've been watching you play The Sims.
Yeah.
So
I love that game. I'm a bit of a fan, hence the tattoo.
so yeah, so definitely. So go join my Discord. Go and watch Helen as well. There, the link's there too. So yeah, have fun, everybody, and we will see you Wednesday. Yeah, see, I'd even forgotten there. I get hassled
Wednesday.
so much for it. So love a witchy Wednesday. There you go.
Yeah.
So yeah, you got my Discord for LARPy stuff. I think I'm actually playing doing my first gaming stream on Friday. Playing Left 4 Dead 2.
Hey, great game.
I love that game. I haven't played it in like so long, but still. Thanks everyone in chat. Thanks for coming along. Thanks for questions, watching, tolerating our stories and stuff. And we'll see you all next time, everyone. You take care.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
No
Bye.
worries. Bye.